fashion, that harsh, right? Correct.
Hey, Alice.
Am I live?
You're live.
Oh my goodness, I'm live! Thank God today's Friday.
You have no idea.
You have no idea. God, we struggle through Friday. But today we do a little bit different. Okay, today we are going to do 8 projects. 8 projects. I love that show called Home Improvement. Remember the guy? Remember the guy? What's his name?
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Toolman Taylor. So today,
You
instead of
realize that was a fictional show.
Yeah.
really, not real show. So we're going to do something real for you. Look, I have the letters here. Look. Man, it's a tough one. Look at it here. I have a tough guy right here.
Yeah.
It's a new stuff today. Okay. So instead of home improvement, it's called office lighting improvement. How about that? Right?
She's making a face.
Any other names? Guys, you guys can come up for me? No? We move on.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, let's keep going. So when we're talking about a project,
Yeah.
Paul, we would like to aim down a specific.
Yeah.
Okay. The other days we talk about in general, right? Each show we talk about this and that. So today we talk about specific application. For instance, 2 weeks ago, some of you may have heard, we took a challenge for a school project.
We did.
The school project was, they want us to replace a 10-foot commercial downlight with a 250-watt metal
10
10
inch,
inch
not
commercial
10
downlight.
foot.
Oh, not 10
10
foot. Oh my
10
goodness.
inch.
Oh,
Yeah,
10,
it's not that.
10 foot is big. Right. Yeah. It's a 10 inches,
10
right?
inch.
It's that big. Okay.
Yeah.
10 inches with a 250
Could we
watt.
do a 10-foot?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can do whatever you want.
Sounds expensive.
How would we get it?
How we
Anyway.
get here? Don't worry about it. I have a
Helicopter.
container. Okay. Helicopter.
Beam it.
Don't worry about that. Okay. So it's a
Let's keep
10
going.
inches commercial downlights. Let me show you what a 10 inches means. This is 10 inches. Okay. So the job was 10 inches downlights with a 250-watt metal halide.
Yep.
Okay. Now this is the challenge.
Mhm.
I'll tell you why this is a challenge, guys. Obviously, oh, by the way, it's a 20 feet high.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 feet,
So-
250 watt metal halide.
So let's think about this. What is the metal halide? Let's
Yes.
start with the metal halide.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about metal halide.
Yeah.
As you know, metal halide is able to. It's a sort of 10, 20 years ago. Wow.
Let's switch markers.
Oh, switch the markers. Yeah.
Use
Okay.
that marker
Wait, we
instead.
switch the marker.
This is the
Oh, that's a permanent.
yeah.
Oh, shoot.
That's the permanent one. I
You
need
see,
some.
how do I know?
stuff.
Okay. Right.
Really
So
quick.
We'll
let's
fix it later.
let's using the other side. We
soak in.
fix that later. Okay. Right.
I don't want
Would
it
you?
to soak in.
Oh, gee, I really screwed up this time. Where
It's all right.
where does this mark come from?
We'll get
You
it later.
grabbed it off the other thing.
There's conspiracy here. Okay, somebody tried to screw up my show here.
Yeah.
I need the marker.
Okay,
You had a black one too.
I had a black one too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's got him in his
There's a black
pocket.
one. So HID, as you know, HID
It's like a
start from
small child.
75 watt
Yep.
all the way to what? Highest wattage.
Actually, 50 watt. It starts at 50.
Oh,
goes
start
up.
with a 50 watt.
Start with 50 because I've seen some 50 watt out there
Right.
in cans.
All the way to what?
All the way up to 400, 750, 1,000 watt metal halide. But you're not going to find that in a can. The most you're going to find in a can is probably about 250 here, maybe 400.
Because the size.
Right.
Because it has to fit into
Yes.
a can, right? So let's say the maximum to the commercial downlights, okay, looks like that. From here,
Yep.
10 inches, right?
Yep.
And then here,
Yep.
you have a light bulb here,
Yep.
which is 250 watt metal halide.
Yep. Shooting the light down.
Okay, shows
some of it.
all the way down, like that. This is the maximum you can get. But when we study this light in a modern day technology, for instance, you remember the kid named Jerry? He's so cool.
Jared.
Jerry has all the software able to calculate it. So we asked Jerry to calculate if you're using a 250 watt downlights in
Yeah,
general,
right.
okay, at 20 feet high, how much lights can we get? But let's start with this. First question is for Paul.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Paul. 250 watt metal halide.
Yeah.
What's the lumen package at a new?
Brand
Brand
new.
new.
Brand new
Brand
out of
new.
the package I put it in. Probably about 24,000 lumens.
24,000 lumens.
Right around there. Depends on your manufacturer.
New,
but
brand new.
We'll give them a little extra.
Okay, after a couple years, okay, that new one becomes the old one. as you guys know, that metal halide has a certain lumen depreciation to it, right? What do you think the percentage? Be conservative. Be nice to the metal halide. Be nice, okay? Don't be nice,
right.
nice.
I think the metal halide is probably gonna lose about 30%.
Hey, nice guy. So
Yeah.
they will end up
I'm trying to be
16800. So this is we call the new, this we call the old. So that's number one, right?
Yep.
We understand that. You
That's
understand that
number
because when you do a project, you have to understand existing can light source, what kind of light bulbs being used inside. That's the beginning of your project. So that being said, Jerry step in because this is measured by this light bulb, like that, right? So
Yeah.
This is a light bulb, right?
Yep.
Okay. This is metal halide. Yeah, looks like a
Yeah,
metal halide.
looks like it.
Now we put this metal halide into a can. Okay. So Jerry, would you tell us by your calculation? Would you come here for a second? Ben, don't be lazy. Okay. Come. Okay. Right. Take your mask off. Okay. You're not going to kill anybody. Okay. How do you do it? We start with a 24,000 or 16,800, new and old. Then we put that into the can, right?
Right.
So what happens when we put that into the can?
When you put it into the can, well, you actually only get about 66% of the light out
Okay.
after you put it in the can.
This is critical, guys. All of a sudden, you only got 66%. So let's say, okay, Sharon, you have to do, put on your phone, okay? 24,000 times 0.66.
Do you want us to get you a big fucking
Do you need the
calculator?
big calculator?
15,840.
15,840, okay?
Yep.
Using 16,800 times 0.66. Do you understand what I'm doing here, right?
Yep.
Okay,
10,454.
10,444.
54.
In our opinion, 15,000 at the new and 10,444 is what we call usable lights. Because whatever being measured in the light sphere at 24,000 or 16,800 really doesn't mean anything to any of us. Okay?
Right.
This is called the specs.
Did we explain why is it dropped to 66%?
I thought it's your job.
All right.
How do I know?
You're the guy using the permanent marker.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, okay.
Okay, so
which one you want? I mean,
I don't need that.
okay, you don't need that. Okay.
So-
Go slow. Okay.
Right. So 24,000 lumens, that's a fresh bulb right out of the box. And then we put it in the light sphere and we measure 24,000 lumens all the way around it.
That's a 360 degree.
Should we show
All
them
right.
that light sphere? Should we
Right.
show them that?
We can show them the sphere.
Just
Okay.
But hold on, let me
Okay.
get my second
Okay.
calculator.
Let's show people light sphere now. Okay.
Let's show them what it looks like.
Okay. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
I was good enough.
Yeah.
'Cause I
That's
can move the
easier.
chair. Just open it.
Okay.
Light sphere.
That's what we do. We put the light bulb into this light sphere.
Yeah.
Then we close up, measure all the collection of the lights. Okay. So Okay. This light sphere we're using for two different ways. Okay. And the number one is measure all the light bulbs from A19, LED, and all those light bulbs. Okay. This is everybody talk about lumens, lumen measurement. Okay, that's the first function. And then the second function in this company. Do you know what that is, Paul?
I think you locked some people in here once.
For whoever didn't hit that number, they will end up in this light sphere for a couple of minutes. Okay,
Low
please.
sales.
Wait, let's show
No
the sphere
sales.
again, and it wasn't on the spotlight, so just
Okay.
get in the sphere, Paul. Go
Paul.
ahead.
I don't know if I can. Let me move this
Take your
chair.
shoes off.
Well, I gotta move the chair. You gotta move the
Yeah.
chair.
Okay.
All right, I'm in
Here
the
Here we
sphere.
go, Paul's heading in.
Here we go.
Mouth shut.
Okay, Paul.
It's okay,
It's
Paul.
okay, Paul. It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay.
That's how we measure the parking side.
The shiny head, we need to know.
I know. How much is the head? How much lumen from his head?
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay.
So now,
That's called the lumens. Okay, so stay there.
Okay.
Actually, let's use that one.
Okay.
We're
Right.
back on the sphere.
Yeah.
Right. So then for that 16,000, right?
Right.
Yeah, 16,000 lumens. What we're gonna actually do is put the bulbs in here. We're just gonna put them in there, and then also put it in the light sphere. But it only is gonna be able to measure from the light emitted out of the can, so it's this direction.
Does Paul have to go in with it?
I think I'll go in because Paul's been in there a bunch.
Come on, Jerry.
So hold on a second, let's put the light bulb inside, so,
We can show them what.
so remember, when I put the light bulb inside here, okay, this light bulb shining 360 degrees.
Yep.
When Jerry take that one,
It's only shining down,
become only shining down. You
and
see?
whatever's bouncing around.
Right.
Gotcha.
That's why
Well, that's pretty
the
cool.
24,000 end up at 16,000.
Yeah, because the only light that's usable is what actually exits the can.
Ah, okay.
Correct. Okay,
Tricky, Jerry.
All right.
My goodness.
sounds good. Come back, Leslie. Let's continue. So for you guys, good
You
news
gotta watch
is
out for this leg.
like today at 11 o'clock, everybody working so hard, worked their butt off, so nobody end up in the lights field so far. Okay?
It's early.
It's early, right? It's early. Let's just wait until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Okay. So that's Jerry. Would you continue?
That was my point, right?
So that being said, unfortunately, by nature of the metal halide, just like the regular light bulbs,
Right.
right? It's a 360 degree. So if you use a metal halide for the general lighting, where the 360 degree will be good. However, you're using a metal halide in a downlight.
Yeah.
Now you have a little bit trouble because only 66% of lights able to be usable because useful because able to shining down.
Mhm.
Okay, so all of a sudden you look at 15,840 at you. But remember this, Paul, we always talk about this is
Yeah.
every time when people do the retrofit, why people say too much lights? What does that mean, too much light?
Well, they're used to seeing this light level down here, because, you know, after,
Right.
let's say, 5,000 hours, a couple of years, I have it installed.
So yeah, in other words, we install a new one, right?
Right,
Paul,
yeah.
you're happy.
You put
Your
the new one in.
forehead is shining nice.
Oh, yeah, it's nice and bright then.
Then day by day, by nature of the metal halide, just like a regular light bulb,
Yeah.
it depreciates, right?
Yeah.
Just slowly. Our eye will not recognize it. So a couple years later, actually it depreciates like Paul said,
Yeah.
30%. So all of a sudden, the original 24,000 light source end up at 16,800
Right.
at that point. That's what your eyes get used to. And all of a sudden, if you put back at 24,000 level, all of a sudden your brain tell you, oh, it's too much light.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's why sometimes we have to be careful about that. We always suggest to people at that point, your measurement, not at a 24, you'll have to match up to 16,800. And the 16,800 at 66% of the usable, you end up 10,444. That 10,444 is more useful than the 15,840. Right?
Yeah.
By practical purpose.
Yeah.
In theory.
By practical purpose.
Mhm.
Otherwise, like people say, oh, be too much light.
Yeah.
Okay, now, here's what happened. When we talk about that, we're going to the second challenge here. Second challenge is this, okay? Now, I'm going to raise here. We only have one board here. Is you have a can here, right? You have a light bulb here. We already know what happened in the can. Those numbers, so-called lumens. But in real life, do we care about the lumens? No, we don't really care. All we care is, I'm standing here, right?
Uh-huh.
We're not standing
Yeah,
here.
yeah, we're right here.
We have a piece of paper.
Yeah, you want to be able to read that.
Pretending we're reading,
Yeah,
okay? Can you see the things here?
yeah, it looks good.
Is that all we care? Do we care what happened over there? We
No.
don't give it.
Can I see? Is it usable? Do I feel comfortable?
This is what we see here.
Mhm.
So yeah, in other words, all we care is here, not
Yep.
there.
Yeah, we don't care what happens up here.
We don't happen with
What
it.
happens
All
down
we
here
care
when
is
we're
how much
operating.
we can see.
Yeah.
Let's assume from here to here, 20 feet,
20 feet.
okay? That's exactly how we're going to measure, not by lumens now, is exactly at the 20 feet here, how much we call foot candles, am I
Yeah,
right? Which
you're
is the lux. That's what really matters. Obviously, this is a ground zero here.
Yep.
Normally, the standard would say like a 3 feet, right?
Yeah.
So we'll do 3 feet here. So you have a
For
two
like a
measurements.
desk or something.
Like
yeah.
desk, right?
Mhm.
Like here, you
Like
have
right
desk
here,
here.
yeah, they can't
So
see it,
either
yeah.
here or here. That's what we really measure. So now we understand in general, a project where you started,
Yep.
How you look at original light source over there.
Uh-huh.
How do you want to accomplish? Because the end of the day, no matter what you do, you want to accomplish it's here.
Right.
So Jerry, would you tell us? Okay, now you need to pull out a chart.
All right.
Let's go back to metal halide again. Obviously, we cannot pull out exactly 10 inches. So would you walk us through the software you are using? You end up what's on the floor, so-called the lux.
Right. So let's go ahead and we can share it. So this was done in visual lighting. You can also do it in AGI 32. Some of you might be able to use that. And I took IES files and mounted them at 20 feet. And then this is the projected down illuminance is what you're looking at in this color coded down below. So on the left, you'll see there's a
So
new,
instead of find 10 inches,
Right.
you couldn't find it. You find a 16 inches can.
right. So
Right.
we couldn't find the exact equivalent. So you're going to have to give us a little bit of grace on what the IES file that we used. But this first one is 16 inches. It has a 250 watt metal halide in it. It's mounted at 20 feet. And we're seeing that there's 8.5 foot candles on the floor. That's the max. So that's right
That's a
below
new
it,
one.
in the middle.
That's a new one.
That's a brand new one.
That's a brand new one. So brand new one at a 24,000 K, 15,840. Okay, when you measure the foot candles right on the floor here, end up at 8.5.
Yep.
Remember that number, 8.5.
I
Now,
circled it.
so good, excellent. Now, 30% lumen depreciation later, you end up at 16,800. At the moment you want to replace it, that means you want to replace it, you do what we do here is you have a measurement here, right? You measure at that point, okay?
How many foot candles?
How
am I
many
getting?
foot candles do we have?
Yeah, so that's this middle one. So you'll see there's that 16,800. There's 66% leaving. The math is a little bit slightly different than what we did on the board there, but and then the max illuminance on that one is 4.5 foot candles. That's right underneath.
4.5.
Yep.
So those numbers are critical. That's how you're going to start your study, start your replacement jobs. Paul, am I right?
Yes, you are
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, now let me tell you something really sad story here. Okay, would you guys tell me the standard? Is there any standard out there, right?
Sure, there's what they call IES recommended light levels
Right.
in foot candles.
Right. What do they recommend? I mean, basically in general lighting, not necessarily for working, for drawing pictures.
Right.
In general lighting,
In general lighting,
minimum.
probably around 20 foot candles.
Around, I would say no later than around 18, 20.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Because-
depends on your application, but
Right.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
like
I would say 18 and up, okay?
Yep.
Now, this is how sad, this is metal halide, right? Let me say this 2i, okay, now this is pretty sad, it's crying. The reason for that is all we got is 8.5 and a 4.5 here. The standard will be minimum at 18 and a high. That's why very clearly at this point, metal halide by today's standard is a not very good light source. Also, it's extremely inefficient.
Yes.
Right.
Am I right?
That's right.
And
250 watts.
250 watt only delivered new lights at 8.5 foot candles at 20 feet on the floor, only 8.5. I think that 250 watt metal halide must go away.
Yeah.
So that's why people are talking to us.
And now we're just talking about the light. We didn't even talk about the color changing that goes on with
Right.
that.
Would you tell people a little bit about color changes, Paul?
Sure. So
Yeah, that's the problem about metal halide.
yeah. So metal halide as it ages, as that
Right.
bulb gets older.
Sure.
So it might start out that looks really nice, crisp white light coming out of
Yeah.
it, but as time goes on, that color is going to change.
Right.
That
So-
metal halide's not going to look crisp white light anymore. It's going to start to get greenish and you know all those other colors are going to bleed in. It's going to look very, very bad.
Sure.
Very poor lighting then.
Right. Okay. So that's what happened. So now, okay, Paul.
Oh, okay.
now the real work started, right?
All right.
So where work started is we understand this is our challenge here,
This
right?
is our challenge.
Okay. Now remember all those numbers here, right? So we take everything out of here now.
All right.
Okay. Let's start over again.
All right. Back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
The new beginning.
The new beginning.
So what's a new beginning is I understand that you have a full line of the commercial downlights today.
I do
right?
have a full line of commercial downlights. So
Right.
let's look at all
Let's show people what we have
I
here.
got all kinds of downlights.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Look,
Got more downlights than I can hold.
I tell you, we have 4 different sizes, 4 inches, 6 inches, 8 inches.
10 inches and 12 inches.
Okay,
Mhm.
and we have two different styles. One called standard,
Yeah.
right? Standard, we have a 3 wattage for each size,
Yeah.
and each wattage each size we have 5 different colors.
Uh-huh.
Would you cycle the 5 different colors, Paul?
So 5 different colors. We got 27, 30, 35, 50, 41, and yeah, that's it.
So that being said, the standard one we're using internal driver. This is called the internal driver here.
Integrated driver, yeah.
Integrated driver. We only go up to 30 watt, which at the 10 inch or 12 inch, 30
Right.
watt. So that's one. Those things we believe up to 12, 15 feet.
Yeah.
Anything above that, we were using the external driver, which will go up to 50 watt.
Yeah.
So would you show people the difference? Sure. Okay. Okay. Here is we call integrate internal driver.
Yep.
This is what we call here
External.
external driver
Mm-hmm.
because this guy only able to handle up to 10 watt up to 30 watt on the 12 inches.
Yep.
Then you need this guy. Okay, this guy go up to 50 watt. At the 50 watt today, okay, we only do one colors because at that time, remember we compete against the metal halide. In order to compete with metal halide, we need to populate as many same color LED in as possible because no matter what you do, we need to have enough light source.
Yes.
Okay, that's number one. Okay, number two is it's our job to get the lights out. Remember,
Yeah. Gotta get it out of the can. on
the
the
lights
floor.
cannot stay inside the can. You have to get them out,
Gotta get it where you need it.
right? That's why we have two different lines. One is called a standard up
Yep.
to 30 watt. The second one we call high efficient line,
Mm-hmm.
which go up to 50 watt using external driver.
Right.
But that's not it. Besides external driver, we have a special lens. Now
Oh.
you need to show people the special
People
lens.
want, let me show them the standard one first.
Yeah.
I want to see the standard lens.
This is our standard frosted lens. Thank you, Leslie.
That's a view. But let me see the fancy one because I like fancy.
That is our Fresnel lens.
It's called banana lens.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, kind of hard to see, but it's clear and it helps get more of that light out of the can onto the floor where you actually need it.
Right.
And we were able to do that because we have so much rich history in optic design.
Yeah, now you're involved with optics now. Okay, so let's think about this. Okay, let's go back to LED side. So first of all, you know the size is that. But let's just focus on the project we're doing today.
Okay, today's project.
Okay.
The challenge that we have.
Yeah, what's the size of that?
The 210 inches.
10 inches.
10
Say that.
inches.
So all of a sudden, we have a can,
10 inches.
10 inches.
Yep.
Okay, that's number one.
Yep.
Number two, because we want to replace HID at the 250 watt, we
Yeah.
need as much light source as possible. So we populate as many LEDs inside this bucket.
Yep.
Is possible. Number three, HID, what we talked about earlier is you have a can like this, it bounces like this.
All over the place.
LED doesn't bounce that much. Usually LED degree, it's around 180, like half of it. So in other words, LED is directional.
Very
However,
directional. Very
right?
directional.
However, look at this can. If it's 180, that means the lights be wasted that way.
A little bit.
We don't want the lights to be wasted. We want 90% of lights just travel through the edge here.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense to you, Paul?
Yeah, that's real. That would be great if that's what it does. How are we going to get the LED to do that?
Using optics.
Ooh.
So we put optics on the LED
Uh-huh.
to redirect the lights from 180 degrees back in. And each size, we're using special optics because the distance are different here.
Uh-huh.
You see what I mean, guys? Because the big size, we need a wider because you don't want to, now this is a challenge. You don't want to have the lights being trapped inside, but you also do not want to the spotlight.
Right.
If you bring in too much, it becomes spotlight.
Yeah.
You want to just perfectly travel through here, bring 90% of lights out. With that kind of two things, remember, guys, we manufacture our own LED chips. Number one, we put a big chips inside because look at this is a deep can.
Mm-hmm.
This is like
Very
6 inches deep.
Mm-hmm.
Then we populate as many as possible. Then we put a lens on it. Okay, so with that, this is the difference between what we do on the LED side to replace HID. Does that make sense, Paul?
100%. Yes. That's very clever.
Wow. Now let's go back to the chart again. Base everything I'm just talking about today with a 10-degree Fernando lens, okay, with a 6,250. Okay, we only think about that. This guy usable lights only 6,250 lumens.
Yeah.
Versus 10,444. But let's look at how much it deliver on the floor here.
Right, that's all we really
That's
care
what it
about.
matters, right? Okay, this guy at this level, even let's say new one at 8.5, right?
Yeah.
Older one at what? 4.4?
4.5.
4.5. Okay, older one, you have a 10,444, new one has a 15,840. We only got a 6,250 lumens, usable lumens, but we populated, we're using exactly same software, right? Jared?
Yeah.
Pay attention here.
We know what we're doing.
Jeez. Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
Okay, would you come here? Yes. Would you explain? Right. You look like a nice guy, okay?
Yeah,
Very
he does.
scientific, like a young scientist, not
Young
like me, like I'm
scientist,
an
Where's
old
your
light bulb
pocket
salesman,
protector?
I
okay?
know, I need
Right.
one today.
Okay, yeah, put something over there, okay? Oh, okay, tell us what happened now.
Okay, so same thing as before. We took our LED light, so the 50 watt with the high efficiency lens that Ellis has been talking about a little bit here, and we are seeing 34 foot candles at the floor.
Holy
34.
34.
That's a lot of foot
That's a
candles.
big
Jared.
difference too. I mean, that's.
You know what that means, Paul?
That means I don't believe it.
I know you never believe it.
I'm very
you
fussy.
are the fussy lady, okay? We we got it, okay? Remember, first of all, before I let you to fuss, okay? Number
Okay.
one, this one is that at 50 watt, am I right?
Yeah.
So potentially, Paul,
Yeah,
with that kind of foot candles on the floor,
that's a lot
you
of
may
foot
not
candles.
need a 50 watt.
You may not. You may
You may
not.
only need a 40 watt, that's it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So if you're talking about 40 watt,
That's a lot of wattage.
Sharon,
Uh-oh.
did you
Uh-oh.
do the math?
Get your big button calculator out.
Okay, 40 divided by 250, right?
Yeah.
You don't need the 50. All you need is
0.16.
what?
0.16.
0.16. Oh my goodness, Paul.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
You save 84%.
Yep. It's a
Pretty
lot of
cool.
savings
Lots
over
of
metal halide.
Let's do 50 divided. Let's say you need more light. 50 divided by 250. Okay?
That's still gonna be pretty good.
0.2.
0.2?
So 80%.
80% savings?
Yeah.
100% light output.
100%, right.
So
More light posts would you get?
80% savings. That's quite a bit, Ellis.
That's a bit of savings.
That's a little bit of savings there.
Do you believe it now?
No,
No.
I know.
I
She
still
would
don't
say
know
no.
if I'm getting enough
I would
foot
say she would say no.
I
Okay.
believe in the savings, but I don't know if I believe about your foot
Oh, this
candles.
Oh, yeah. Okay, stay. Okay, let's just stay here for a few minutes.
I thought you were going to do something with that ladder.
That's it. I got it. Okay, just hold your horse. Okay, hold your
She's
horse.
so fussy.
Number
today about
one,
this.
we have to start from the software. These days, we trust our software, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
software calculated numbers for us. So at least right now, number shows the foot candles, how the lights come out, right?
Yeah.
That all has been very convincing. Everybody understand because otherwise you cannot just start a project say, hey, let's give it a try. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The electrician costs lots of money, right?
Yeah, it
so,
does.
So everything.
$130 some an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to start from the paperwork.
Yeah.
Also do the layouts this and to make
Yeah.
sure we got. So far the savings there. Also the quality of the light is there, right?
Yes.
Because LED never shifts the color that much. It's
Right.
very consistent.
Very good
Doesn't
quality
change
on
at
that
all.
versus HID, which is horrible on the quality.
Horrible, right?
Horrible to keep the quality of light.
Right. Okay. So that's why we got so excited. Okay. So that being said, now it passed our test on piece of paper right now.
Are we gonna,
Now Leslie getting fussy. Say, you
are
know
we
what?
gonna do a layout with it, Ellis?
Yes, let's do a
Okay.
layout. Let's say your average cafeteria is your average cafeteria is 75 by 75, right?
Hold on, we're getting this.
Right.
We're getting our
Sure,
screen
we're
share
gonna
up.
do it live.
Okay,
Jared's
because
doing
Jerry just graduated from his high school, okay?
My
Right?
high school.
So he still remember the size of the high school
Okay.
cafeteria,
I guess I do.
okay?
All right, so
You're closest to the pit in the room.
right, so I put the light in that we want to use. It's that 50 watt. I need to change this number real quick for everybody. 50 watt.
Okay.
And then here we go. So I'm gonna go into the room.
How many cans do we need?
Wait.
Oh, yeah. How big do you want your room to be?
75 by 75.
By 75.
And it was
20
a
feet, Jared.
20-foot high ceiling.
20-foot high ceiling.
Yep,
Work planes on the desk at 2.5.
that sounds about
How
right.
about
That's
we
about right.
surface mount them?
Surface
we'll put
mount
them in
that.
the ceiling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right to the ceiling.
I'm gonna leave my reflectance the same. This is just a standard reflectance. 80,
Sure.
50, 20.
Yeah,
Come over here. Desired. We want what? 20? 20-foot candles desired.
34 candle design.
All
Right.
right.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
go ahead and do
Good.
it. So that means we need 20 downlights.
20 downlights.
Okay, hold on.
See right here.
Oh,
Okay.
slow down. 20,
20.
which means you have a 20 original 250-watt metal halide in it. That's what you want to replace.
No, that's how
That's
many.
how
Because
many
somebody
we're
we
gonna
could
need.
match.
I know, but that's pretty much the same as what you have to replace because,
Yeah, there's probably 20 in the room.
but
Right?
At least
or even more,
Yeah, or more.
not less, even more,
That's
right?
probably more.
Okay, so 200 out to 20. Then, wait. Then I'm using 20 times 250. Am I right? So I have 0, 5, 0, 0. So actually, at the 250-watt metal halide, at 20 of those guys over there use about 5,000 watts.
That's a lot of watts.
Right? Now you're using 50. Let's say still using 50. Okay?
Yep.
We're still using 50.
50.
50 times 20. You're only using 1,000 watts now.
Yep.
That's
Wow.
what we call 20%
That's a big savings.
savings over there.
80%.
80% savings,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that being said, let's look at the maintenance cost here.
Okay.
Okay? Do
Oh.
you guys, Leslie?
You should change metal halide like every 2 years, probably.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Every year, how much electricity we're going to save here?
What?
Every year,
How much
electricity?
electricity is going to save here?
So
4,000 watts.
4,000 watts times what's the average electric bill? So 4
4,000.
kilowatts.
Times 11 cents per kilowatt hour.
Right.
So
Okay. Come on, do your math.
40.
Sounds like we're spending.
4,000 hours a year divided by 1,000
Jared's got it.
times 0.11. So 1,760
Dollars.
per
1,000.
760.
760.
Per unit, right?
No,
No,
Or is that
just
all?
overall.
That's all.
Total. That's the overall.
Okay.
that's how much I'm going to save.
Per year.
Wow.
Okay. That's really awesome.
So
That's
Alice,
really awesome.
I still don't trust that we're gonna get those
What?
push candles.
You don't believe him?
I mean, we've shown a lot. Not that I don't love it.
So you think Jerry doesn't know what he's doing?
Wow.
Take the board that way, Paul.
Yeah.
I
You know,
want to see you.
that's what I have to put up
I wanna
every day.
measure it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so that being said, she really want to have some evidence.
I
Okay,
need some proof.
you need some proof on it. Okay, now Paul willing to risk his life.
Life and limb. I'm not an electrician, but I play one on TV.
All right, okay, he has to. Okay, look at what I have. Look up the ceiling over there. Okay, we have two big holes over there. We're going to put a one up. We're going to put a 1,
Oh no.
10 inches, 50 watt,
Yeah.
4100K. Okay,
Okay.
Jared.
Yep.
Hold on, Jared. I got to move the ladder first.
Kids, do not try this at home.
Do not try this at home, okay?
Some
I tell you, this is better than home improvement. Right, Paul?
Yeah.
You're better than the team guy, okay?
First.
Jeez. Right.
Paul the tool guy.
Yeah.
Paul the team guy. Paul.
No pressure, Paul.
No pressure.
No
Take your
pressure.
time, Paul. Take your time.
Really get hurt in the process here.
Some people already got shocked.
Yeah.
Good.
You good?
Are you good? Okay.
The right. Just turn the light off.
Guys, this is real.
It is real, and there are pipes in this ceiling, which makes it hard to install.
Really happening.
Really
Did
happening.
you have to do it the other way?
What's that?
No, you're good.
No, it's just the ladder isn't in the right spot. see me easily.
Yeah, now you're in. Right.
So we pre-installed the
I'm hitting
downlight
the wire.
into the ceiling,
A
and
little
there's
bit
an
more.
extra wire up
Okay.
there.
Okay, good.
I gotta move the ladder.
Yeah. Okay,
I gotta move the ladder.
why don't you come down?
You know what I love about a live show,
Yeah.
Alice? The drama.
I know.
It's just
Drama
like an
is
episode
real.
of The Bachelorette.
Drama is real.
The job is real, right? It's behind it, Paul.
Yeah, it's hitting the pole up here. There's a pipe in the ceiling and it's getting.
to rotate it back around.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
oh,
they-
yes, Paul, you need to rotate, sorry about that. Oh, Paul, sorry, oh,
We're good.
oh my God, oh,
We're okay.
oh,
Everything's fine.
oh my God, the drama,
Drama is
okay.
real.
Like a
Yeah,
light
pull it,
type
pull,
thing.
pull, yeah. I don't think we can make a living on install the fixture.
Yeah, remember that hour
I think we
wait?
should go back to make the fixtures instead of install fixtures.
Remember how we said it takes an hour?
Oh, yeah, okay, here we go.
Light
Good
it
job.
right away. Just
Okay.
so you know.
So now we need a power, right?
Yeah, I gotta
So
move
you
the
gotta
ladder
move the
again.
ladder again.
Oh, move the ladder
Give
again.
it a good scooch. We've got relocks in our ceiling here at TCP, which makes it super fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Woo!
Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, Paul, would you please come down?
I have a heart attack.
Okay, we're in good shape now.
So
Right.
now what, Alice?
It's very simple. First of all, turn off the rest of the lights here. Welcome to do the measurement.
That's a lot of light.
That's a lot of light. Too much light. Okay.
Okay.
Turn that
And
individual.
then Paul, because we actually were pretty fancy here and we connected it with a smart box. So Jared here is going to turn it on using his phone.
Okay,
That's
Jerry.
it. Connects.
Connect. I didn't name it.
Mm,
Oh, let me try mine.
Okay.
Hold on.
I thought we.
I've got it commissioned on this one. Hold on.
Okay, guys, just take a little bit of time. Should I turn back on again so
No,
everybody
you're
can
good,
see?
you're good.
Am I good? Am I good? Okay.
Yeah, you're all good.
Whoa! Okay, now, first of all, this is a 10 inches. Unfortunately, our ceiling is only 15 feet. So we're able to do 15 feet, but you can do your math between the 15 feet and here, okay? So that being said, I have the light measurement. That's how we measure. This is a pretty fancy one called the lighting passport,
And
okay?
it's connected to my phone.
Right,
Let me
connect to
make
the
sure
phone.
it didn't disconnect.
So
Oh, it
with that one,
disconnected. Hold
first
on.
of all, we're
Hold
going
on.
to,
Is it on?
oh,
No, it's not.
oh, it's not on.
Step number one, Alice.
To
Open
turn it
the
on.
chute.
Oh, to
Step
turn it
number
on,
two,
to turn it on.
turn the power on.
Turn the power on.
Okay.
Step
turn
number
the
three, connect it to your phone.
Okay,
Use your face, connect it to your phone.
okay, so that being
It's still
connected.
connected.
Okay,
Give it a minute.
no problem.
Now we're connected.
Now, I put this one on the floor now, okay? That means between the floor and to the 15 feet over there, 10 inches with a 50-watt TCP special high performance commercial downlights. So let's see the measurement.
Give it a second to focus. So if I scroll down, you'll see under foot candles, 40.9 foot candles.
40.9 foot.
What were we
candles.
supposed to get, Jared?
Well, that was at 20 feet, so
Oh,
It's
34.
a 20 feet, this is 15 feet,
Oh,
okay?
well, let's
So,
switch.
so,
That's
So that's
good.
about right.
so hold on a second. So that means
Mhm.
it's too much light for us here, right? It's a 50 watt inside. Why don't you dim down to 50%?
Well, hold on a sec. Let me see if I can do a screen share. That'd be kind of cool to show how I do that. This is a live show, and I'm doing whatever I want. So let's see. That didn't work.
Okay,
But
so,
that's okay, you'll see it in a second.
okay, how do you dip down to 50%? Which means, Paul, what I'm
Yep.
trying to do here is I'm trying to dip down to 30 watt instead of using 50.
Yeah.
Using dimming.
You wanna go a little bit lower on that?
Right, I want
Okay.
to lower. I want to
Yeah.
go 50%
So
lower,
we're at 50%.
right?
It
And
would have been nice if I had everything paired on.
okay, do another measure on it.
And then I got my phone back out. Measurement number 2.
Mhm.
Foot candle reading 23.6.
You see?
That's this
There you
one.
go.
So in other words,
And we hit it.
right? And we hit it. So in other words, we're talking about 80% savings, or even talking 84. In my opinion, with such a powerful lights, our commercial downlights compared to the metal halide or fluorescent, we're able to saving up to 90 watt. This is huge. 90 watt. That means the unit can be paid by itself.
It's a lot of savings there.
Right, it's a lot of savings over there. We talk about 20 units saving will be the $2,000. So $2,000 for 20 units, you're talking about $100 a unit.
So Alice, I want to take that dim level down to 20%.
Right.
And do it
Moving
again.
it down.
I figured out how to use my screen share here.
Right.
So you'll
Okay.
see how easy it is to do it on the Smart Stuff app.
Okay, then you do that and the measure again one more time.
Ready?
Yeah.
You lost it.
We
I know.
lost it.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Gotta get my second phone out.
Okay.
Gotta
One
use
more
my
time.
face.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another measure here. You can see it's thinking. Thinking. 7.2.
7.2. Now that 7.2 or 20% matches the metal halide. That's how set the metal halide is. So we believe at a
So that's at 20% of what I've got in the ceiling.
correct. 20 match the metal halide. Okay. Whatever you got into the ceiling, I believe a little bit too much power. 50% of that, which is 30 watt, will do the job. And a 30 watt, you'll save up to 90%, which means $2,000 minimum, which means the unit will pay by itself within 1 year, 12 months period, and still give the superior quality and for the cafeteria, okay? And in the meantime, remember this, guys, on those commercial cans,
Nick,
we're
can you
also
switch
able
the-
to offer, hey, are you guys listening to me?
I'm listening. I wanna switch the videos.
Okay,
Thanks. That way you're not talking to that camera and I'm actually recording you on this camera.
okay, so which camera am I talking to
You're
now?
talking to that
Main
one.
camera.
Okay, guys, so I have to do a lights back. Okay, Paul?
Yep.
Let's summarize this whole thing, okay?
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot,
It's a lot
guys.
going on there.
And I tell you, when you do the math and the big things like that, you
Mhm.
really find out it's awesome. When you're talking about opportunities out there, yesterday I saw some data. I'm not kidding here. It's only about 16, 18% of things being retrofit out there. There's a huge opportunity. I will bet you 100%. Every school cafeteria you walk in, maybe only 5 to 8% being retrofit. They're just burning electricity day in, day out.
Yep.
Okay. Now that means we have the best unit right now. Just to give you one simple example, with a 10 inches to replace the 250 watt metal halide. It's that simple.
It's pretty cool.
Very
Okay,
easy.
so I want to point out two things, okay? Number one is, I just want to expand a little bit here, okay? We did a school project, right? That's what we did. Just imagine, remember we have Celestic, right? We have Celestic. We have a Celestic technology, which is CI 97 and high, as we bring the sun into the school's cafeteria, so the kids will not have a full fire.
Yeah.
They all stay calm. Yeah, that's important, right?
I'm putting that in Leslie's office too.
Right, so she will not get upset.
Maybe I'll be less
Going
fussy.
crazy, less
Maybe.
fussy. Okay, so you know what? There's so much opportunities out there. It's absolutely, it's unbelievable, guys.
Mhm.
There's a lot going on. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you notice what we do today is we still want to invite you to join us
Mhm.
to do the projects. If you look at what we do today, we focus on one single can. 10 inches, 250 watt metal halide. What do we do about that? We walk you through everything from the paperwork, software, what correct products to pick, what is the layout, what's the savings. The one thing we didn't do for you guys is we should hook it up to you on the utility rebate program.
Yes.
Yeah,
You may get the whole thing free.
you could.
You
But-
could,
Or
you
at
could.
minimal
That's
cost.
what I think. But we start with a one single can. That's what we want you to help us out here. If you have any project, any one single items, you have opportunity to replace it. Let's talk about it. Okay, you will become the host. You will become a hostess. We are the supporting team here. Tell us what to do. Okay, you can see Leslie able to do 3 phones juggling at the same time.
Yeah.
Paul able to count up over there, get a shot by 277 volts. Okay, man, they are the super people here. They still alive, surprising enough. Okay.
Some of us got shocked in the making of this production today. Just want to point that out.
No one was harmed though.
But no one was harmed.
Right, no one was harmed. So I hope you enjoy. I hope we are doing better than the home improvements, right?
I thought it was kind of
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
why we love,
One thing for sure is I think Paul is better than the team guy. Okay, Paul,
Maybe.
you have to learn that. Let's do this. Right, guys? Okay.
Right. So that's why it's so important that you submit on a Let's Talk Lighting what you want to hear about, what you want to talk about. Today's was a real live application where someone said, can you do this? And we said, sure, let's walk through it. And
Yep.
we said, let's do it on the show. So if you have those opportunities, you have those things, just don't hesitate to reach out, come to us, because we'd love to talk through them, love to work through them live on the air with you or without you. It's fine either way.
Okay, sounds
So that
really
we can
good.
all learn together. So
Yes.
definitely, you will receive a thank you email, and in that email, there is a link on, Let's Talk Lighting and how to be a part of the conversation. So we'd love to have you and love for you to join us on that. So be on the lookout for a thank you email, and with that email, the link on how you can participate in these events. And you never know, sometimes we might give you something for participating. Sometimes we might do, since these are all live shows, we might do a giveaway. You never know what's
Exactly.
gonna
Never know
happen.
what we're gonna do.
In the
Yes.
meantime, make sure you have a great weekend,
Fantastic weekend.
okay? And see you next week.
See you next
Yeah.
week.
Bye now.